Jaws 2 is directed by Not Zuark. I am so terrible at names, guys. I am so sorry. This film takes place after the events of the first movie, in which Chief Brody has now saved Amity Island from the first shark, but then all of a sudden, another shark attacks a group of scuba divers, and Chief Brody is trying to investigate what's happening there, including an attack on a couple in the boat. So, there's something going on in the oceans once again, and Chief Brody suspects a shark is once again attacking the citizens of Amity Island, and is now trying to save it once again. Now, I love the first movie. I think it is one of the greatest movies of all time. The second movie is a childhood favorite of mine, actually. I actually watched the second movie first before I ever watched the first movie. I had it on DVD for a long time until I had to put it away in order to replace it with the Blu-ray. And my thoughts on the second movie have been that it's pretty fun and pretty entertaining. But I haven't really watched it for a long time, ever since 2013, when I bought Jaws on Blu-ray. Yeah, that just tells you how good that first movie was, really. Jaws 2, though, rewatching it for the first time in a long time, is still an alright sequel. I still say that it is one of the better shark movies out there, and out of all the sequels, the best sequel. I mean, it's not like Jaws 4 level bad or Jaws 3 embarrassing, but what held this movie together for me were more so the characters once again. Mostly of the mayor, Brody's wife, and Brody himself, who really is the glue that holds this movie together. He's the character that you are rooting for the most because you know his experiences last time. He's the character that you want to see rise to the challenge, and you want him to be able to succeed at what he's doing, because you know that he's just doing his best to make sure everyone in Amity Island is safe. But the mayor, once again, doesn't believe that there is a shark out there, and he doesn't want the beaches closed. Now, this is a problem I have with the film. This movie retreads a lot of the same ground that the first movie treaded, and it's not done as well. It's not as compelling. It becomes tiresome. You just want to get to the moment where Chief Brody goes out there to try and fight the shark, and honestly, it becomes kind of boring after a while. And you just wanting there to be a shark attack. And thankfully there is, which also leads to the film feeling more like a slasher movie akin to Friday the 13th. It doesn't feel as animalistic or as natural as the first movie, even though that is kind of like in the same ground as like a Friday the 13th, since it's like a shark killing a bunch of people in a probably a naturalistic manner because of the amount of killings there is in that movie. But still, I give that a pass because at least it was based off a book that was also based off real events. This movie, however, has more deaths than the first movie, has a few more unnaturalistic situations in which the shark survives or kills someone. It really does feel more like a slasher movie. And that's both a positive and a negative. As a positive, it gives us something to watch and have fun with. And the attack scenes are overall entertaining to watch. But it becomes lesser than the first movie in that regard too, as it never quite reaches the heights and terror of what that first movie was able to achieve. And that also is due to the teenagers having a lot of focus and really feeling more like body counts. People who are waiting to die on screen. I believe there's one girl that's saved Brody's son, and I barely know her name or backstory other than the fact that she got eaten by a shark. The shark animatronic itself still works well. Not as well as the first movie. There's a few instances where you can tell that it is a really bad animatronic shark. But overall, I say that still works overall fine. But I still would have loved a bit more ambiguity with the shark, as it is shown way too much. This is how the first movie could have been if they showed the shark a lot as they planned. And it loses that terror quite a bit. But as I said, the glue that sticks everything together here is Chief Brody. Seeing his characterization, trying to prove to everyone that he is right, trying to see him investigate the shark. There's just one great moment at the beach where his paranoid fears come into play when he thinks he sees the shark but actually a school of minnows, and he scares off the entire town away from the beach. His performance in that scene and the final touch of his son helping him pick up the bullets, that was great. Moments like that is what helped this movie feel like it is a worthy sequel at the very least. But that is pretty few and far between. And overall, I will just have to say that this movie is alright. It is a fine shark movie. It is just a fun horror movie. It's never going to reach the heights of the first movie. But there's a lot of missed opportunities for it to be better than it really is. But overall, I would still say you could go check it out. I still think you might have a fun time. But just to let you know, it's not going to reach the heights of the first movie. But I still think that most people will get a kick out of this. And if you don't like it still, it's better than these other shark movies. I'm going to give Jaws 2 a B-. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys next time.